Planning on stealing something?
No, ma'am, we're not.
Plan on murdering me in my sleep?
What? No. Where do you get off?
Just a couple of people who totally got off, bro.
Hey, show us your basement.
What? No.
Welcome to another episode of Show Us Your Basement. I am your host, Alberto, and I am joined by my three other guest hosts, Eric, Josh, and Edgar. It has been a while since we recorded, boys. How are we all feeling?
Like shit.
Really? Like
feeling
shit?
Great.
Feeling good?
Feeling good.
You're not doing so great? What's going on?
Just surviving.
All right. That sounds good to me, I guess.
Sounds like it's not going well.
Yeah. Dude, shit.
Okay.
It's already the new year, not starting off great.
No.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get more of these episodes come to your inbox. You can follow us at our socials at Show Us Your Basement on Instagram, on TikTok. We'll be posting more soon. We were taking a little break from the holidays. Speaking of the little break we've had, how has everybody been doing? What have we been watching? Let's start with you, Eric. What have you been doing?
Just been grinding out these last few weeks of the playoffs. I know it's not movie related for the Birds. Other than that, I did get a chance to watch getting caught up on Fallout. They are rolling out their season 2. I've been enjoying it so far. I finished the first season of Pluribus. Whatever.
It's just whatever.
And yeah, I didn't even realize that the 9th episode was the season finale. Like, I just thought it was an episode, and I'm like, okay, I guess on to the next week. When are we gonna fucking get something going on here? And it was like, that was the season finale. I was like, oh, okay, all right. And then I watched Bring Her Back, really good.
Bring Her Back. Yep.
Yeah, like nails on a chalkboard, just really good. And then I started watching Together last night. It was late, and I was really tired, and I wish I had not started it so late. But I probably got through 20 minutes of it, and I was really into it. But I've just been busy, so it so far was like feeling. I felt like some practical effect vibes going on, like The Thing kind of going on, but it looked like they were doing it really well. But we'll see. So,
all right. Yeah, you gotta let us know how that is, because I know Together was like one of the more better horror movies of 2025. Edgar, what have you been up to, dude? What have you been watching? What have you been playing? What have you been reading? I guess what you've been doing?
Naruto has caught my attention, so I've been doing a lot of that.
Still watching Naruto? Huh?
Yes, and Ghost of Yote.
You're gonna be watching Naruto for like
Another
6 months.
Yep.
Seriously, another 6 months?
So many episodes.
I think it's like 500
Jesus,
episodes. Dude. Yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. So,
all right, how's Ghost of Yote?
but I say it's better than the first one. I enjoy more. Okay. More stuff to do, more side quests.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
You?
Yeah, I've been also watching Pluribus, like Eric has been saying. I have not finished it yet. I think I'm on like episode 7, so I'm getting close to finishing it. Also been watching Fallout, been enjoying that. I think they're doing an excellent job so far. Have no complaints. It's really good. I really love them having it take place in the New Vegas world. Really great. I'm enjoying that. And I haven't been really playing too much video games. I've started playing some survival horror games. I've been doing that. But other than that, just watching these Avengers Doomsday teaser trailers that keep getting leaked. I gotta say, dude, I'm starting to get to a point now with these trailers where I'm like, fuck it, man, I'm in it now. I'm excited.
How are you excited? They didn't show
I don't know.
anything.
I think the nostalgia, fucking like it's winning me over, dude. Seeing Cyclops.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen that on
Yeah, I
TikTok?
seen that.
Josh, have you seen it? I mean, I don't know, man. I'm gonna be just like there day one. Gonna watch the movie. I know you are in here. Let's be honest. All of us here on this podcast are still gonna watch the movie when it comes out, and I think it's
Oh,
slowly winning me
absolutely,
over.
absolutely.
I'm gonna.
One
I'm gonna
one
go ahead.
one credit to it though is they're going back to like nostalgia, not just nostalgia, but they're hyping it up.
Yeah,
Is what they're doing.
they're hyping it up too
Mhm.
You know?
much.
Yeah. I will.
They kind of missed out on that.
I will say this: if the Russo brothers manage to make a movie as good as Infinity War, they are, in my opinion, probably the greatest comic book directors of all time.
Oh,
If they can
okay.
pull it off, with all the bullshit that's been going on with the MCU, I think they might just be goated, dude.
Okay.
Just saying, but we'll have to wait and see. It is coming out in November.
No, it's December, ain't
Well, then I guess we've got something to look forward to by the end of the year. Josh, what have you been doing, man? What have you been watching? What have you been up to?
It's funny that you talk about Avengers Doomsday because I have been hyped up a little bit and sitting down with my son through Disney Plus watching the Avengers saga, MCU.
Mm-hmm.
So they have the little timeline breakdown. So, I started from Captain America to Captain Marvel, Iron Man, Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
So right now we're on Guardians of the Galaxy. Um, so we've been riding that train and a lot of things have not aged well, unfortunately.
Hey,
Such as
that Disney Plus, the way they set up the timelines, I got to give them credit.
It's smart. It's
It's very
smart and
smart. It's
it's
great
really
for the user. Kudos to them,
yeah,
dude.
one hasn't aged well, Josh, other than
well.
the Avengers, obviously.
We got Hawkeye on the building. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep. Um,
It has been a hard watch. Not every movie has been a hard watch, but you know, Captain America was okay. Captain Marvel was, I think I watched that in like 4 days,
Fuck.
3 days.
Hmm.
Extremely hard watch. Um, Iron Man is obviously the
classic.
greatest of all time. It's classic.
We're
Thor
gonna have
was a
to.
hard watch. Every episode has been a grind, and this is where I agree with you 100%. The Russo brothers came in and they did Captain America Winter Soldier, and that is a beautifully well done movie.
I
That's
agree.
when it starts getting interesting and it felt like such a big movie. So I agree with you 100%. But so far it's just and Thor 2. As much as I appreciated the Incredible Hulk, it was still a grind of a watch. Uh,
Damn.
but it's fun. But it's fun. You appreciate this big universe that was created, and it's consistent. Because Star Wars tried to do it, and it took so many years to do it. You lose interest. Um, they're too scatterbrained, whereas Marvel is just so consistent in it. So you appreciate it, if that makes sense. Um,
Um. Yeah.
other than that, I did watch It. Welcome to Derry. Watched the first episode,
Oh yeah. I gotta catch up. Hmm.
What do you
and
think?
then it's good.
Nice.
Um, I didn't like the opening scene
Like like the opening first episode.
of the first episode. I thought it was good up until the bat got a little cheesy, kind of took you out of it a little bit. Other than that, I think the characters are great. I think the children's are great.
Hmm.
I think the acting is great. Um, but I give it an 8. You know, so um, and then Black Phone 2. Alberto, I told you about this. I saw Black
Yeah,
Phone 2.
What the hell? You didn't tell me this,
it's
Albert?
in the chat, dude.
I
Look, if you're not reading the chat, I don't know what to tell you, Edgar. Okay, so,
Okay.
but yeah, so
I
you,
read it in the chat. Yeah. Or I wrote it in the chat. So, um, great movie. Great movie. I think I'm a little bit biased. Um, being in Colorado obviously kind of gravitates me closer to it. I think it's
yeah,
fair. I don't know. Is it fair to say that? Do you guys agree with that? Like there's
yeah.
just
No,
something
I agree.
special
I
about
agree.
being in Colorado.
Yeah.
Being in Silverthorne as well. I've took for my work. I've driven to Silverthorne many times
Hmm.
in the blizzard, in the snow. Um, so I can understand that drive that they took as well. Um, I love the dream sequences. Had that, I think Edgar, you pointed that out a while back,
Yep.
talking about it. It had that sinister feel to it with the recordings,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty
you
well
know?
done.
Um, yeah, maybe I'm just being biased, but show us your greatness, man. Show us your greatness.
I
Black Phone
think
2.
that's what I said too in
Yeah,
our
all
review.
of us agreed. It is show us your greatness. I think, Eric, you have seen it or you have not seen it yet?
I haven't, dude. I'm slacking. I think it's because like I start. There's just so many things to watch, and I mean to watch that, but
Hmm.
there's there's been like an arsenal of good things to watch that are hard not to,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
um, I just haven't gotten there yet, and I'm going to, but
Without giving away too much, I would say it's very daring because they kind of give you a backstory with the mother and then Ethan Hawke's character, and they execute it actually really well
Mm.
without saying too much. But I thought it was risky, but never once took me out of it.
Which, I mean, I guess this brings us to our main discussion for tonight. Josh, you wanted to put this out there. You wanted to talk about this particular topic, kind of going into Black Phone 2. Edgar and I discussed it on our review for the Black Phone 2. We think personally that this is higher up for us than Weapons. How are you feeling about this with Black
I
Phone
think
2?
it's a great question. It's a far superior movie, start to finish. Um, there's a lot of elements that I loved about Weapons. Um, you know, obviously Black Phone 2, I've already established it without giving away too much because I don't want to ruin it for Eric. Show us your greatness. Um, I will just start off and I will just tell you straight up that Weapons is show us your basement.
Damn.
Unfortunately, it is nowhere
What?
near how great Black Phones is. Black Phone 2
Bold claim,
is.
dude. That's a bold claim because I feel like I completely disagree with that take.
are you
Um,
speaking in comparison?
In
yeah,
comparison, horror movie versus horror movie.
Okay, I got it. I get it. I get it. So you're not necessarily saying weapons is basement. You're saying in comparison to the
Oh,
Black Phone.
I say altogether, I think Weapons is basement. I misunderstood the question. I'm just gonna flat out tell you guys, I don't think Weapons is a good movie, unfortunately. Is a good movie.
Hey.
oof,
Oh.
All
shit,
because of
man.
one reason that took me out of it.
It's the
You
ending.
know,
The ending.
it's the ending. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah,
It gave you a great hour and 45 minutes of a movie. Um, the last 15 minutes of the movie extremely took you out. It had an identity issue. It was no longer a horror movie. Obviously, it had some horror elements in it.
hmm,
Um, you know, but it unfortunately was. Look at it this way: Game of Thrones is one of the greatest series of all time, arguably one of the greatest of all time.
hmm.
What was the one thing that ruined Game of Thrones? And I won't throw in Game of Thrones, but Lost,
the
Sons of Anarchy,
the ending.
um, the ending, right? And unfortunately, in order to have a good movie, it has to be the buildup has to be good, and the way that it ends has to be a successful ending for it in order to be a good. It's the complete movie in itself,
All right,
start to
so
finish.
your claim is that for a movie to be good, it has to have a good ending.
Yeah, absolutely. The movie will make or break the movie. If the movie is mediocre,
Yeah.
but the ending is amazing, it lifts it up a notch, right?
Hmm.
Eric?
That's how I look at it.
I actually like Josh's take on this. I'm not necessarily in a. I don't know if I agree with like my opinion of weapons is different than Josh's, but I do like the take he's making because you could make an argument, and I'm pulling this out of thin air, but I think like a movie like Prince of Darkness could be kind of in that realm, that category that Josh is talking about. It had such a great, or at least I felt it had such a great ending. It made the movie like, oh man, this is a Carpenter. This is a Carpenter goat movie, you know.
The
So
Thing is another perfect example as well, right? It left you hanging. You didn't know what more to expect afterwards. Did they win? Did they lose? Was somebody um, taken over by the thing,
Yeah.
right? You know, but because it kind of left you wanting more in that mystery side of things, you know, um, it elevated the thing even more. Prince of Darkness ending elevated Prince of Darkness, and I don't think
yeah,
unfortunately, I don't think Prince of Darkness is as good as the thing. I think it's
no,
still
no,
a
I agree.
good movie, but the ending, to Eric's point,
Yes,
elevated the entire movie, right? Whereas the weapons try to give you this mysterious ending. You know, were these kids scarred? Did the trauma affect them so much that they were affected permanently? And then they give you that little monologue of the little girl saying, "Oh, but so and so started, some of them started talking again and some of them didn't," or maybe the idea of that little girl was one of the kids as well, you know. And um and then the comedy sequence for just 10-15 minutes, you know,
The comedy
Mm.
sequence at
just
the end?
the comedy.
You talking about like the comedy sequence that happened at the end of the movie? Like how comical it was, or what do you mean?
Yeah, it was unnecessarily comical.
Okay. Okay.
now wait, hold on, Albert, Edgar,
Yeah.
we went and saw that in the theaters.
Yeah.
To Josh's point, I felt like a lot of people were laughing at the end of that movie.
No, they were.
They were my
They were definitely
interpretation.
laughing. I wasn't. They were definitely
Yeah,
laughing.
but my interpretation of that was that I think it was a big sort of release for the audience after what was such a tense
What,
sort of like hour and
what do you
45 that
mean?
preceded it. You know,
Like
What-
a release of like a
Com-
big
I've
climax?
I've seen the villain finally get her comeuppance. I think that's how I saw it as was that was just kind of being able to see her finally get
I disagree. It was the kids, like, it started with you hear the footsteps running up from the basement, and then she looks and she's like, "Oh no!" And then she just runs for it,
yeah.
and then they're running down the street, right? And then it pans into another camera of the kids running from another alleyway, and then you see the guy like outside of his porch, just like watching them, like what is going on with these hordes of kids
Yeah,
chasing this old
yeah,
woman?
right.
You know, like they purposely made it comical. They purposely made it comical, and but it was like an hour of 45 minutes of just seriousness after seriousness after seriousness. And it's like, and you just call that a release? I disagree. I don't
Well,
see it as a
yeah.
release at all.
I mean that's just how I personally saw it as. Come on, jump on in, dude, because you've been quiet. What do you think?
It's more of a like you take it or leave it type of thing, you know.
What do you mean?
You can't just how do you say just change your opinion at the end. and like I said, you can take it or leave it. Like Eric said, people were laughing. We weren't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we like.
I mean, I was just laughing at the absurdity of it too. Like, I
Mhm.
don't think I was like laughing like, "haha, this is funny." It was like, this shit is fucking crazy. Also, you know. Keep going. I don't want to.
I don't know. It didn't break me. It didn't like change the whole movie for me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like you kind of expect that now with these modern horror movies to be somewhat comedic, or they're gonna throw in a little joke in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you gotta expect that. You know,
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of, sort of. It depends on who the director is. I mean, right? You got like Jordan Peele, which I think he plays it straight. All of his movies, there's not like a comical ending to it. I think Zach Krager and probably in the Oz Perkins have that kind of in common, where the ending can kind
So
of be a little bit ridiculous at the like for the
so
third
the
act.
the difference between this comedy versus horror with comical throughout the movie,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of let you know that this is what we're looking for. This is what we're doing, right? A Nightmare on Elm Street is a perfect example. Very cheesy for what it was,
Mm-hmm.
but we appreciated it for its time, because of how, it sprinkled in that comedy here and there, that cheesiness from Freddy Krueger, right? And some of
Yeah.
the things that he
Mm-hmm.
stated, right? Watching it in this first introduction, and his arms are like stretched out, and he's kind of like
Uh-huh.
running from her backyard like all maniac, like a maniac. Um, it's cheesy, it's comical, but they sprinkle it in enough. The problem with this was the execution of how it was not in it throughout the entire movie. Barbarian gave you more of that sprinkle throughout, just unfortunately the ending to Barbarian was just so cheesy. um I hate to say this, I know you guys are a huge fan, you guys trust in him, but I don't
Yeah.
think this guy knows how to I don't think he knows how to end a movie. And I'm gonna say this, like, out of everything that I've watched,
Mm.
um 2025, this is my number one basement movie of 2025, simply because that ending just simply took me out of it.
I have a hard time like believing you because on one hand, I understand where you're coming from because the hype of it and how it didn't live up to the hype for you and everything. But then you have movies like fucking like Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which I know you haven't seen, but those movies, like that movie is like, I heard like universally panned. It was like a god awful movie. When I think of 2025, I just like, my mind goes to like, that movie is fucking garbage. How's Weapons in the same sort of
category.
category of, it's just,
When,
I
when
don't know, it's something I have to
I
like,
can't you can't compare Five Nights at Freddy's with a movie like Weapons. Unfortunately, you go in, you watch Five Nights at Freddy, and I actually appreciated that movie.
that's
I'm not
sad.
saying that it was like an amazing movie and I was like
You
blown
said
away,
that was
but I
in your
had
Mount
fun
Rushmore
watching
also.
it.
I just want to remind you of
For video game movies,
that.
first off, um, it was not a bad movie, but it's also a movie that you can take it for what it is and then just move on.
Right.
Did I leave satisfied with Five Nights at Freddy for what it was? Absolutely. you know but it
Mm-hmm.
knew it was going to be cheesy, it knew it had the potential to be terrible, right? I don't think it executed itself bad or poorly in any way,
Mm-hmm.
right? But Weapons was like the originality, the suspense of it, right?
Right.
The chapters in it, it hasn't been done often, and when it is done, it's
Mm-hmm.
rarely done. Um, this movie, with the expectation for what it was, unfortunately, it just didn't stick for me. It didn't land for me.
Is like oh, you mentioned, or like you said, Jordan Peele, Zach Greger, all these directors have they're known to have sprinkled in comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say the next movie that Jordan Peele comes out with this year, it's just an example. you already know going in. Okay, it's gonna be a Jordan Peele movie. We're
Right.
gonna have some wacky shit. We're gonna have some scary stuff, and a little sprinkled comedy
Yeah.
with this director of Black Phone. What's his name? Scott
Derrickson.
Derrickson. You
Mm.
know you know him like, but with his style already too.
Mm.
So when you hear his name, okay, it's gonna be pure fucking horror.
Yeah.
So when you hear Jordan Peele, it's like, okay, it's gonna be a little bit of
Yeah,
comedy,
it's a Jordan
little
Peele
yeah.
movie.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I understand with like let's say uh, Zach Greger coming out with Resident Evil.
Mm.
I gotta be prepared. I gotta be open. Like, okay,
Yeah.
he's gonna sprinkle in some fucking funny shit here, too.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So yeah, it's maybe known by like who you're gonna go see, like the director.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, okay, I know his work.
Mm.
I know what I'm gonna go see. You know, what do you think?
Yeah, I kind of agree, and to an extent also with Hans Perkins as well. You know, I like how whenever a new movie comes out from him, they always say like it's a dark trip from Oz Perkins. It's a horror trip from. It's a dark fantasy from. Like you can tell, like they put a kind of brand to it. I think with Zach Greger though, it's gonna be one of those movies that's either gonna land for you or it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Like he even said in his interviews, like I know people didn't land the ending for Barbarian. You know, he understands it.
Yeah, and I mean, look with Josh, I can understand his apprehensiveness, right? Josh watched Weapons, probably thinking like, okay, he's gonna improve. Zach Kreger's gonna improve on the thing that was the most criticized from his last movie, which is the ending. It for him, it didn't, right? And that's kind of disappointing. I get that. I understand that. For me, I'm just sort of like everything else about that movie just did it for me that I didn't really mind much the ending. I think I'm kind of the opposite where it's like I don't really need the ending to be like really poignant to make it like a masterpiece. I think I can take it for everything else that had it like that was included in it, right? The 90% of it just worked for me and I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's enough to warrant a basement ranking for me personally. I don't think it's because you got everything else that preceded it. Like everything else is so good. I can understand how that can be a blemish for you, Josh, and you can be like, that's just what stuck out to me, and I can't see everything else like I can. But I don't know. I enjoyed everything else that this guy did.
And you're not wrong, and that's why this was so tough for me to like. I was back and forth, letting this kind of bake a little bit in my head because I really did enjoy majority of the movie, you know, and Edgar, you're not wrong. You know, Jordan Peele, right? For example, Nope, um,
Nope.
Nope, This Is Us. Um,
You
what
have
was his
some
first
beef,
movie? Get
Eric,
Out.
with
Get
no.
out.
Get out. Get Out. These movies have certain humor in it sprinkled in throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's executed really well. You know, um, yeah, and the fault of Zach Kreger is I'm not worried about the humor element, right? You know, you want to talk about hilarious. I loved Happy Death Day. You know, is it a horror movie? I don't know. Is it enjoyable to watch and is it fucking hilarious? Absolutely. You know, never once took me out of it, but it established itself as that type of movie.
Yeah.
My problem is Zach Krieger in the last 15 minutes of every two of his movies,
You can't. You
it
can't.
just
Yeah, like you said, you can't
he
finish.
can't end.
Yeah, you
He
can't.
doesn't know how to end a movie, you
Okay.
know? That's my problem with starting with Barbarian and now Weapons. And then now I'm like, okay, do I expect humor in Resident Evil? Absolutely. With the main character that's in it, I'm gonna expect it even more. My problem is that last 15 to 30 minutes, I don't even think that man can end a movie, unfortunately. You know, Stranger Things has come to an end right now. What's the one thing that everyone's complaining about?
Oh shit.
The ending. Yeah, no spoilers, right, Eric? No spoilers
No,
for
I'm
nothing.
not going to
Yeah,
spoil
yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, right? To
Very
me, I don't look
divisive.
at
Yeah.
it just, yeah, very divisive. I don't look at it just as a series when I'm watching a show.
Hmm.
I look at that towards a movie as well. The
Right.
difference is, a series is going to break that down episode 1 through 8, right? Or
Right.
episode 1 through 50, 5 seasons, let's say, right? We get this in 2 hours, 2.5 hours, right? Um, so you have to stick the landing even more, being that you're going to get this all in a single movie.
Okay. I see where you're coming from. Yeah, I mean, I totally get it with Zach Krager. It is only two movies. It doesn't look good so far in terms of his endings, but who knows, right? The third one could be the one that like he's able to fucking actually like give us a solid ending. Who knows, right? I don't think it's enough to still like. 'Cause you're still gonna watch his movies, right? Like I think everyone can agree we're all still gonna go watch a Zach Krager film, regardless of whether he like stuck the landing on his last two movies. The fact that he brings something new and original to the table for horror, that's still enough to make him like a prominent name in the horror genre. Like that's just how how I see it. So
It's going to catch up with him eventually. Going to catch up to him eventually.
it's not gonna ruin his career. M Night Shyamalan has some fucking shit endings, and he's still
Uh,
a prominent
Look,
name.
yeah, but here's the thing. M. Night Shyamalan was praised for his first 3, 4 movies, let's say.
Yeah,
Um, Eventually, what caught up to him, not just his ending, but his dialogue,
yeah, yeah.
his execution,
Hmm.
right? And then now, like as it things progress and we
Hmm.
see more of his movies, it's all caught up to him, you know?
But what do
Like
people? Yeah.
we could argue the first 3, 4 movies of M.
Hmm.
Night Shyamalan's career were like greatness,
Yeah.
right? Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs even. What else am I missing? Um,
Science.
these are movies that were like executed really well, and we're like, oh, this guy's like, show us your greatness, hand him over the keys, horror, suspense, plot twists.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
guy knows what he's doing. But if you rewatch Sixth Sense, if you rewatch Unbreakable, you see the poor dialogue, you see the terrible pacings.
Hmm.
Do I still love those movies? Absolutely. But eventually down the road, his movies have been more cringe to watch because
Yeah.
he's more exposed. It all caught up to him.
I just don't see that happening with Zack Crager though. Not to that
Two
extent
movies,
of not to the
two
extent of M
movies,
Night Shyamalan. I just don't
two
see it happening.
movies. He's a better writer. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you that.
I just
He's
don't.
a
I
better
just don't see
pacer.
it happening with him. Who knows, right? What the future holds, but I don't think Zack Crager is gonna be at that level of cringe of like M Night Shyamalan. I just don't. I just don't see that happening. You know, Eric, has your thoughts changed on Weapon since watching it? Or are you still pretty steady on your ranking from when you last watched it?
First, I just want to thank Josh for that soliloquy about everything. Um, I still really enjoyed Weapons. Thought it was great. I do.
Hmm.
I'm on the fringe though. Like it had an absurd ending, but
Yeah,
in comparison to, I would have put Barbarian more in the basement, and
then
Weapons I
weapons.
think was great. I
Okay.
There's plenty of room for improvement on the endings for sure, but I think we're
Mm.
really going down the rabbit hole on that. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but to Josh's point, people kind of they were laughing at the end of that movie, and our perspective is different. Yours,
Hmm.
mine, and Edgar's is because we are watching it from a more serious perspective. So
Right.
I think we're looking at it from a deeper meaning for what we look for in horror movies. And I thought Weapons was a great movie. I loved the sequences, the kind of the stories, the individual stories of the characters as it proceeded. I thought it was done really, really well. Gotta tighten up the ending a little bit, but I don't think it warrants it to the basement.
Right. Yeah. No, I think I agree with your opinion as well. I feel like that's just kind of a harsh, but I mean, each his own, right? I think, if you think it's basement, it's basement. I just feel like it was well received. I enjoyed it. There's a reason why it's being nominated at the Oscars for like the best. I think it's like one of the new categories for like box office like success or something. So I mean, shit, you're definitely in the minority there, Josh, with
It's
your
fine.
ranking.
I don't mind being in the minority.
Yeah.
Um, Simply just because. So, is it fair to ask you guys? Does a poor ending, not ruin the movie for you guys?
No, I don't think so.
I think it can. I just
Yeah.
think that one did. Although I do agree. Like I said, I'm kind of on the fringe here. To Josh's point, I think a bad ending can absolutely ruin a movie. I think it can. I don't think it was enough in that one, despite some of the absurdities to it.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with Eric on that one. I don't think it was enough to warrant it. Like, oh, it's just an obsolete movie now just because of the ending. You know, just didn't stick the landing. I still think it was pretty good overall. I think it still brought a lot of original ideas to the table. I mean, yeah, I think Weapons is still
What
pretty
about
solid.
you, Edgar?
Like, well, I did say, what was that movie that you guys recommended? No, what was that? Oculus. I enjoyed it till
Mike
the
Flanagan.
yeah, I enjoyed it till the ending, so it kind of killed it for me. So I agree where Josh is coming from.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, dude. Oculus is a movie that can't.
what?
I really wanted to love that movie, and the ideas that
Good.
it had.
What movie? Well, sorry,
Oculus.
what movie was that?
Oculus.
Oculus?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
For
thought
some
that
reason,
ending was great.
I
I think
didn't.
you're crazy for thinking that movie was not good because of the ending. I thought the ending was amazing.
I don't know, dude. I just don't think it was Mike Flanagan's best work.
I think you're out of your mind for saying that, Alberto.
Do you
Oh,
think that's his
I think
best
you
work?
are out. I don't think it's his best work, but I
That's
don't
what
think
I
it's a
mean.
bad movie at all.
I'm not saying it's a
It,
bad movie. I'm saying it's not his greatest work. That's it.
so is it not a good movie or is it a good movie?
It's all right.
it's a mid. Sounds like.
Mid, yeah, it's mid. It's not awful.
It's either good or bad. I don't understand. Like
This is what I mean
that's
though.
so crazy.
Because the ending was not great doesn't mean I'm gonna just discount everything else. I still think there were
Well,
some good
I thought
things that
you.
it had.
I thought you enjoyed the ending. I didn't.
Is that what I said? I
Yeah.
don't know, dude. It's been.
You don't even remember what you were even talking
I'll be
about,
honest
Mr.
with you. I don't
Shawshank
remember. But
Redemption.
yeah, I don't know. But look, point is not my favorite Mike Flanagan film. That's it.
Like I think that ending was great in
Mhm.
every way, and it just went full circle,
Yeah.
right? I thought that movie was that's interesting, but yeah, no, I would argue and I would say that the ending to Oculus elevated it
Mm. Mm.
because I was actually like shook from watching that ending and you know, but I think I rewatched it again after we talked about it. No, or I did rewatch it again after we last talked about it, and I was still like by far not a perfect movie, but the
Yeah.
ending hit the landing, perfectly.
Well, I mean, to each his own. I didn't think it was
Great work.
yeah. I don't think it was his finest
You agree
work.
with that, Edgar?
Uh, yes, I agree. I think his best work has to be. I haven't seen it, but I keep hearing Midnight Mass, and for me, is Doctor Sleep is his best.
Doctor Sleep is
Oh
up
yeah, no,
there.
those are obviously
Yeah,
on a different level. I
Yeah.
don't disagree with that, but I, man, I don't think Michael Flanagan has come out with a bad movie. in my opinion.
No,
I think they're all good. I
Oculus
think
is
he has movies.
uh yeah. Does that
So
I have a question with Mike
please,
Flanagan kind of leaning. Who do you think right now in the directorial space is on a generational run? Then who do you think is just making fucking bangers right now? Who's on a goaded? Who's on their way to be a goaded status director? If Mike Flanagan is making everything like just everything he touches is gold, would you say he's on his way to be goaded?
yeah, I think so.
You
I think
know,
he has so much under his belt that you can make that statement. Absolutely. Fortunately, Zach Krager, Jordan Peele, I think they're too new. They haven't
yeah.
made enough, fortunately. But yeah, really, what has he done that was bad?
What was that last one that you didn't like? Was he? Did he do that one?
Who?
That show?
Mike Flanagan?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever finished it, so I can't really say if it was. It was good when I was watching it. I forgot the name of the show. It was on Netflix. Something Manor, I think.
Oh.
The Fall of the House of Usher.
Uh, I think it was another one that he came out with. The Midnight something.
Society or club or something like that.
Here, I'll come on. I'll grab it. The Midnight Club.
I was gonna say he knows how to adapt Stephen King. Fucking
The Life of Chuck.
yeah, it's a Stephen King.
It's another Stephen King movie.
That's a great movie, by the way.
Oh, you seen it?
Still have to see it.
Hmm. That
Damn.
is a great. That's a great movie. With what's his face is in it?
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
Yeah. No, wait.
No, Tom
Not Tom
Hiddleston.
Holland. Tom Hiddleston.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah. Who do you think is on a goaded run, Eric, in terms of directors that you can think of?
Boy, I don't know. I think there's a couple names. I feel like we're kind of in a stage where there's a lot of these young and up and coming guys like a Jordan Peele, a Robert Eggers, James Wan.
Fede
They,
Alvarez.
yeah, yeah, Fede Alvarez. They all seem to be making a clear, goated movie, but they're not stringing together enough to be like. I don't think we're there right now. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
think we don't have enough. I think it's going to take a little bit of time because they're all kind of in their early stages. You could say Jordan Peele could be that guy, or maybe Robert Eggers, right? I think Robert Eggers has a very, very
Oh,
interesting
yeah.
take on his movies. It's just a matter of like, okay, The Witch, he knocked it out of the park. But then his follow-ups, I don't want to say they were terrible, but they were not to that level.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing with Jordan Peele. Like these guys are getting some bangers out there, but they're not completing it. Like we've got some hiccups, some toe stubbing along the way. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
don't know. Like I'm gonna go along the lines of saying we don't have one yet.
We don't have one yet.
We don't have a John Carpenter right now. We've got guys that are making single films that are significantly better than
Yeah.
John Carpenter. But I don't think they're stringing enough together where you're like remembering like holy shit, like this guy just nailed it out of the park with with the sci-fi genre, the cult genre, the fucking slasher
Oh,
genre,
okay.
whatever you want to call it. We're getting a lot of like great films and then follow-ups with like okay, maybe our expectations are too high. I don't know. I still think Eggers can do it. I just love his film style. I just think that Nosferatu was a little bit of a miss. A little
Yeah.
bit of a
Yeah.
miss. It was not The Witch, dude. Like that one was like, ooh, yeah, here we go. That's
No,
what I'm
so
talking.
so let me show you Michael Flanagan's resume. Okay. Oculus, Hush, Before I Wake, Ouija, Original Evil, Gerald's Game, The Haunting of Hill House, Doctor Sleep, The Haunting of Bly Manor, Midnight Mass, Midnight Club. That one I have not seen. The Fall of the House of Usher, The Life of Chuck. Have you seen? Have you guys seen the majority of this?
No.
We've
Yeah, I
seen
have.
Oculus. We've seen Hush.
I've seen Hush.
We've seen Before I Wake.
I have not
I don't know
seen
if you've
Before I
seen that,
Wake.
Eric.
No.
I recommend it. Gerald's Game,
Have seen that one.
The Haunting of Hill House, Doctor Sleep. If you were to argue, okay, let's say Oculus is not a good movie. Okay, let's also say The Midnight Club is not a good movie.
Show.
Other than that,
Uh-huh.
on that long list on that resume, what is not a good movie or series that this man has not directed?
Well, let me pose a question. More so, like I'm playing devil's advocate here. Is Mike Flanagan a good director, or does he have the crutch of having to rely on Stephen King movies to elevate those films?
Damn.
I think you still have to execute it,
Yeah, but I mean,
right?
like
That's like
in terms of original
that's like
ideas,
saying that like
he has Hush, he has
how many
Midnight
crap
Mass.
superhero movies are out there?
I mean, there's a lot.
And they have the crutch, to your point,
Mm.
of the source material right in front of them. That's like saying the Dark Knight trilogy was only good because he used the source material of The Long Halloween and
Well,
all this other
I
stuff,
guess more what
right?
I mean, is Mike Flanagan a good director? Is he Is he an original director? Because I feel like a lot of the work he does is all just Stephen King adaptations.
Oculus was original.
Yeah,
Hush was
yeah, it's true.
original,
It is true.
you know.
Midnight
And
Mass.
and and let's be honest,
I think Midnight
who
Mass.
out here doesn't want a good Stephen King movie?
That's true. That is true. I'm just saying.
So he's giving us what we
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
I disagree. You still have to execute it because there are so many movies out there that have been remade, redone, that have like original source materials that are just given to you, and it's just not executed, right?
Go ahead,
You
Andrew.
know, Judge Dredd is
Oh.
a perfect example.
Oh.
It was shit. And then when somebody actually knew the source material, executed it really well, we got Dredd. Sorry, Edgar, go ahead.
You think he would have been goaded if he continued working on The Exorcist?
There's a chance. There was a chance. I feel like. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Because I think Mike Flanagan would have knocked that out of the park, but who knows what he would have come up with.
That's what I'm saying. That
You
would have
know?
been crazy to see his version.
Maybe he wasn't also feeling it too. Maybe
I
what he was
like,
putting together, he was like, "There's no way this could have been a good movie," so he just walked away from
But
it, right?
yeah,
I like Eric saying we don't have another John Carpenter. That's who is the next John Carpenter? Is it Mike Flanagan right now, or do we just don't have enough directors to be just like, dude? No one can stand the same.
the thing with John Carpenter, he kind of stayed in one lane.
For the
As
most
with as other directors, they do comedy, action, so on. So we need someone that strictly knows, or just wants to do like horror movies.
Yeah.
You know,
There are some that I feel like give them time they could have the same amazing filmography as John Carpenter. I think Oz Perkins is one of them.
you think?
I do think so. I do think so. Long
So
Legs was a good one. The Black Coat's Daughter, I think, is the one that came out before. You know, The Monkey,
The Monkey. Wasn't the new one that came out?
Keeper.
Keeper.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a name that you should look out for in terms of might be goated status. James Wan might be actually up there with Mike Flanagan as well.
True. I agree.
Saw, like, come on, dude. Malignant,
Yeah.
the Conjuring series. He spawned an entire horror universe with that movie.
Fast and the Furious.
Oh shit, he did do that movie. Aquaman.
Man,
Ugh.
the first one was good. What the hell you going? Ugh.
Did he do the second one? I think he did the second one, didn't he?
I think so.
I think what's tough is that John Carpenter, he had a lot of misses too, but he also had so many of them that like paved the way. for a lot
yeah.
of horror movies. So that's why that's why we speak about him the way we do. So I think I'm just gonna go with gotta give it some time. I think some of these guys are gonna put a lot of effort. Like I think Jordan Peele and Eggers are very committed to
Yeah.
that genre, and I think if you give them some time, I think they're very capable of getting on a run. They got to do it, And but Jordan Peele does speak kind of when he makes his movies, he does speak to kind of the modern times, So like him, I didn't watch it, but he's kind of speaking to the audience that is out there right now.
Yeah.
So that's a positive because he's he's gravitating to what are people into, It's just maybe we don't receive it the same because we're older heads with
Yeah.
what we like in horror, but I think that those guys are going to remain very committed to making horror movies, and I think those are probably the two I could see getting on a run. Like they can rebound from some of their more recent films and create something that is worthwhile watching and where you're looking back like, man, Jordan Peele really stepped up his game and Robert Eggers got it together, So
Yeah. Yeah.
both have very unique styles, which I like. They kind of stand out a little differently with their unique style of filmmaking.
I agree. I agree. Jordan
So
Peele
so
especially.
I obviously you guys know my basement movie of 2025. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what is your guys' basement movie of 2025? Since we're in the new year.
Oh man. Basement movie of 2025. I'm gonna have to go Sinners, dude. I'm just kidding. No, Sinners
I
is
was
not.
saying,
No,
what
no,
the
no, no,
fuck?
no, no, no. Sinners is not basement. Calm down. I wouldn't even think to put that on there. Um, look, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I've seen a lot of basement movies this year. Maybe the movie that you guys recommended is Basement. Does that count? Because I mean, I did
That
technically
counts.
watch it.
Anything you watched in 2025.
That I think I forgot the name of that movie was, but that would be
The
Basement.
Void.
There you
Avoid.
go. Yep, The Void. It should stay in the void. That the
Yeah.
movie was awful. I think that'd be my Basement movie. Eric?
Ooh. I'm trying to think of something more current because I could easily say The Exorcist 3, but that's so old. Like it's so
Anything you watched in
honestly, I'll tell
2025.
you, I think Nosferatu was probably my 2025 disappointment.
Really?
Yeah.
Nosferatu, huh?
I mean, we're talking about 2025 disappointments. I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's all time shit on it. I'm just saying for 2025, that was because I think that was a movie where again, I got caught up probably with the expectations, and shame on me. I should have gone in with an open mind. Um, so I think that for me is probably it. And if we're gonna go the show route, I'm
Oh,
probably gonna go. If I go the show,
yeah.
probably gonna go Pluribus. Not sure if
Oh,
it fits in the. I'm not sure if it fits in our genre of horror, but it's like borderlining it kind of in a weird way. Um,
definitely had a
and
lot to
then
live up to that one.
yeah, look, I'm gonna see Stranger Things through. I watched I think episode 5 and 6, but if my guess is that one's probably gonna take it when it's all said and done. And honorable mention, Alien Earth. Sorry,
Oh, wow.
you're just fucking this up. Thanks, Disney. Way to go. Peter Pan, Neverland. Go fuck yourself, dude.
Jeez. Aaron, what was your Basement, dude? I'm trying to see what movies we've seen this year. Maybe I have a different.
Yeah, we've seen a lot.
Well, look. How about?
Fantastic Four was not great.
Yeah. Okay. There's another one. Not great.
Yeah, I think you
Didn't know if
enjoyed
I should. That's not good. That was not good.
I wasn't
I
a
didn't.
fan.
Oh,
What was the other one? Nuts and bolts, or not nuts and bolts? Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts I thought was good.
Fucking
Nuts and bolts.
dog shit, dude. It's about what it was. Nuts and bolts, baby.
You know what was a surprise movie of 2025 that I actually thought was good? Eddington from Ari Aster. That movie was actually pretty good. I really enjoyed that movie. I don't know if you guys seen it.
You recommend it then?
I recommend it for sure. I also recommend still to Eric watch Beau's Afraid. I want to see what he thinks of that movie. More than anyone on this podcast, because I think you would have not a great time.
Well, there you go. Yeah, that's your worst, can it? Beau's Afraid.
Beau's Afraid I think would be Basement, yeah. I did see that
You
this
watched
year.
that this year?
Yep, and those are 3 hours I'll never get back. But on the contrary, I gained it back when I watched Eddington, because I thought Eddington was pretty good.
I think I'm afraid to watch. Oh, I was afraid because isn't it 3 hours long?
Yep, 3 hours.
Yeah, that scares me right there.
Is it?
Scares me. I don't want to watch it. Maybe it's greatness.
I would be surprised if you could even if you
That'd be
can make
crazy.
sense of it.
That'd be crazy if he came in and he's like, "I love that movie. So smart.
Maybe. I don't know. I
The
don't know.
smartest movie I've ever seen."
Hey, Edgar and Alberto, you guys need to watch Baskin.
Baskin.
Oh yeah, you did recommend that to us.
You need to watch Baskin. I don't know what you guys will think of it, but you need to watch it.
All right, we'll put that on our list. We gotta watch that
Baskin,
on our short list.
Okay.
Before we end this podcast, what are potential basements of 2026? What are you gonna call it? What movie is gonna be a basement movie?
Avengers Doomsday.
Damn,
Just kidding.
I was gonna say that was a pretty easy one to pick.
So what's coming out this year?
Resident Evil.
Is it?
I think so.
No, not so early.
Not early 2026, but I think it's coming out this year.
Okay.
I think. I could be wrong. You know what I think is going to be basement?
What?
I don't want to be so wrong. That new Steven Spielberg movie.
Which is
It's like all about UFOs.
that one.
I forgot what the movie's called.
Spiders.
It's not called Spiders. I think that has a potential to be basement.
Well, you're wearing it right now, so I think that's gonna be the fucking.
Silent Hill 2? Or Return to Silent Hill?
Yeah.
That's a gimme, dude. That's easy. That's easy basement.
I got one. And it hurts to say it, but Scream 7 is going to be dog shit.
Oh,
Damn, well, that's a good one.
yeah. Oh, man.
We gotta. This shit's got to stop.
That's a
I got one.
Oh
And I hate to say this. This one hurts. Send Help. Samurai.
Oh, my. Yes. That could be a sleeper hit. That could go either way.
I'm hoping it's gonna be good, but I'm leaning towards the basement. I want to see that movie so bad because I love me some Sam Raimi, but
It's coming out this
I have a feeling
early.
February, I think.
Damn. Okay.
Okay, there's a movie that's going to be weighing in the balance of Basement of Greatness coming up in 2026. And we just talked about him. And it's Robert Eggers. And it's Werewolf. And are we going to hit it or are we going to quit it? It's going to be one of the two. So,
Yeah.
again, you can already tell by looking at just the if you just type it in, you can see the cover art and you're like, okay, we already know
What we're getting.
the style. We know what it's going to kind of look like. This is either going to be. I think there's two ways. There's no middle.
Yeah.
We're either going to be greatness or we're going to be right here in the basement. So that's a Fraud Watch movie. We're on Fraud Watch,
Okay.
but
Okay.
it hasn't been released yet. So prove us wrong, Robert Eggers. This is your chance. Like, we need you. We don't
Right.
want it to be bad, right? We don't want this to be bad. We want it to be great. Werewolf. It's on Fraud Watch.
I will say sleeper of 2025 for me was actually Wolfman. Actually,
Oh,
I'm gonna throw
Wolfman
that
was
out there.
pretty good. Wolfman
Which
was
is
pretty
weird. A lot of
Very underrated.
people hated that movie.
good, which I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. That was a pretty solid film. I really liked that movie.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, like you said, I don't know what the hell people were talking about.
What's going to be a basement movie you think this year?
I told you.
Oh, Return of Sign.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's an easy one.
The Spider-Man movie, any coming out this year too?
You think that's gonna be Basement?
Who knows?
A lot of they're
So there-
putting too much into it.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have
There's
to
another
wait.
Mummy movie coming out.
Another mummy?
With Brandon Fraser, that's going to be big greatness. Get out of here, man.
There's
Brandon
there's
Fraser's
another-
coming back. It's going to be greatness. Get out of here. Let's not talk bad about that.
I'll leave it at this. This could either be Greatness or this could be Basement Street Fighter.
Oh.
Either way, it's still going to be great.
Yeah, true.
Oh, hey,
If
the Mummy.
it's
actually-
awful, it's still going to be enjoyable.
Who is it that does not or likes Blumhouse?
In this podcast,
Yeah,
probably Josh.
was it you
I
guys?
think we
know
all like
Blumhouse?
it.
I think
Okay, well, it's a Blumhouse. It's a James Wan Blumhouse thing, The Mummy. So we'll see.
Oh,
Could be
interesting.
ass,
Okay,
but good
Wolfman,
not.
Invisible Man.
we'll see.
Maybe it'll be great. Maybe The Mummy will make a return because I think the original Mummy has kind of become like a cult classic now, a little bit. Like you kind of look back and you're like, Brandon Fraser, man, he was not a bad late '90s, early thousands actor. It's interesting because you know what he kind of was. You know what he kind of reminded me of back in the day of. He kind of reminded me of the first Chris Pratt. Now we have Chris Pratt. You kind of feel like you could like, plug Chris Pratt in to anything Brandon Fraser ever did, and it would be maybe better.
Talking about Chris Pratt, that new Chris Pratt movie looks like Basement. The one he's like being judged by an AI, remember?
Yeah,
For committing a fucking murder or some shit. That
he's
looks
he's the upgraded Brandon Fraser.
Yeah, that movie looks like
That is
garbage.
Basement. That is Basement. For sure.
Look, we can keep droning on about the Basement movies that are coming out in 2026. The Basement movies that came out in 2025 or everything else in between, but let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. We're really interested in seeing and hearing what you guys think, especially with weapons. Do you agree with Josh's take? Do you disagree? We would like to know. Thank you guys for listening. This has been a great episode, and we'll continue doing these for you. Really appreciate it. Also, if you're at all interested in everything sports, there's another podcast that you can listen to starring Eric and Josh here. It's called Poor Man Sports. I'm also a part of it. So you can go ahead and listen to that. Eric, where can they find that podcast?
Right now we're only on YouTube because we're trying to make it a visual experience, and we've had some bumps in the road, and our consistency's been a little off, but we're gonna get there. And if you think Josh is crazy on this podcast, you need to listen to Poor Man. He's even fucking crazier. He might just make you want to break your cell phone or wherever you're watching it.
Yep, I can attest.
Jalen Hurts is just as good as Bo Nix.
And we'll leave it at that. Eric, you got anything else to say?
Go Birds and Jalen Hurts this weekend. 49ers, round 1. Here we go.
Go.